you mentioned your wife and dealing with health things there. Is that something you'd be open to just kind of sharing a little bit more about?
Totally.
Like how has that been going for you?
Well, one thing I'll say is my wife is the most incredible, amazing, talented person I've ever met in my entire life. And I actually met her on tour with Brandon Heath in 2011, right after all the flood and everything. There was a massive redemption story in the whole thing. And it was really beautiful to have her come alongside me and walk through the last, I guess we've been together. It'll be 15 years, 10 years of marriage and 15 years together, October 26th.
Oh, so cool.
But in 2013, she might have better dates than I do. She was diagnosed with Crohn's disease.
Oh.
And it kind of was a huge blow for us.
Yeah.
And she's been in and out of hospitalization for many years. And I'm going to try to speak very intently because I'm not speaking any words over my wife. I don't want to be spoken over her. And I suggest all of you do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing things come back in my life that I've spoken out that have caused certain ramifications in my life. And I'm not going to live in that anymore. But so in 2013, she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease that then ended up turning into a diagnosis of primary sclerosing cholangitis, which is a degenerative liver disease.
Oh, wow.
And they gave my wife a timeline of how long she may be able to live.
Oh, wow.
And that was, I couldn't even remember the date because I probably blocked it out. So it rocked our world quite literally because you don't really know what to do with it. And at this point in time, my wife and I, we weren't really going to church. We weren't really seeking God. It was tough. I had stopped working on Nashville and I was working in a bar on Broadway. And I was just in the thick of it. I was severely addicted to alcohol and working till 5 o'clock in the morning. And I remember when she told me that she was pregnant with my son. I'm still ashamed of the reaction that I gave her because I was probably still drunk from the night before. I said things. I said curse words in the middle of revealing my son's pregnancy, and she had it on video, and we can't even send that to our family now because of my just not observing, not being a great husband at that time. And but I was also really hurting, trying to figure out what to do with this diagnosis because it's kind of daunting. And if you let that stuff sit in your heart and you take it in as this is the truth and not just that God is the Redeemer, He is Jehovah Rapha.
Yeah.
Then it kind of messes with your head.
Yeah.
So, she was given that diagnosis, and that was, I guess, probably 6 years ago at this point. And, you know, progression with doctors and all this stuff has been really complicated. And in, because I don't believe what they say, because I know who my God is.
Yeah. Let's go.
We found a great church here in Franklin that the pastor has actually been healed miraculously.
Oh, wow.
He had his throat collapsed in a training incident and was never going to be the same. They said he'd never talk again. And he was healed in the hospital. He said he knew he was healed because he started praying for people and he was able to speak again.
Wow.
And the worship leader is a good friend of mine, Van Beasley. He was healed of an incurable heart infection, and they gave him a timeline. And God healed him because it ain't over. He's got a much bigger calling on his life than being killed by an infection.
Yeah.
The same thing for my wife. She's been diagnosed and people have told her things. We are not holding on to those things because we know who our God is.
Yeah.
And we know that He heals. And it's going to happen. And we're going to walk through it every day. If I've got to pray for her every second of every day, I'm going to do it. But we now have 2 kids. They said we probably wouldn't have any. They said that her body wouldn't be able to afford the labor pains and the hardships that labor brings. And so we kind of just took it at that, but we didn't stop loving each other. not for a second. So we were blessed with my son in 2020, right when COVID hit.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of the financial struggle started there because I lost my job at the bar. And, you know, you go through a whole year of not having any money.
No one was working.
I couldn't work in TV and film. I couldn't work in music because nobody was really doing anything. And so I've been working in construction for a long time up until last year.
Wow.
My wife told me about a year and a half ago, she said, if you get a chance to go on tour, I want you to go. I said, but wait, do you understand what this means? This means I'm going to be gone. You have to be okay with that. She said, if it's good for our family and it's good for you, I want you to do it.
Yeah.
So she encouraged me to try to get back on the road, and I didn't try, but God blessed me with it. So I'm thankful.
And it's so like your arc there is amazing. And then, so now we kind of glossed over this earlier, but you mentioned being on the show Nashville, but then there's an episode of 911 Nashville, different shows. But in that 911 universe, if you've seen any of those shows, you are on an episode, right?
Yeah. I'm on episode 7 of 911 Nashville, and it's not aired yet. It'll air, I think it's January 8th, I believe. It's the first Thursday.
That's on ABC?
It's on ABC, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've done a ton of movies and TV and film and commercials, and God has really been favorable to me in that industry. And I have an amazing agent who is a God-fearing believer, and she supports me in so many amazing ways and is like my mother. And I'm so thankful for her. Shout out to Misty Pyburn. But she's really helped me get some amazing jobs. And, I literally got the call to play for Scott Stapp and be on 911 Nashville within a day of each other. So God's doing something really special right now, and I'm really thankful. But yeah, so I'm on episode 7 of 911 Nashville, and it airs in January. It's going to be awesome. I hope you guys really enjoy it. It's a fun show, and it's kind of supposed to be campy, I found out. Like, I saw the first episode with the kite thing, and I was like, that's interesting. Yeah. It's an interesting choice. Yeah. But it's supposed to be, I mean, it's a disaster show.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There's always create whatever kind of disaster you can. And it made people talk about it. So, hey, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've watched a few of that and the other 911 ones, and I'm like, why, this is so outrageous. But then I'm like, but I can't turn away. Like, this is pretty good. It's fascinating.
It's just fun.
It's like the most tragedy ever to strike one place, but it's incredible. It's really good. So, what is kind of, if you were to share with the guys that watch this show, we're largely our audience is men. What is one kind of hack or thing from what you would say is like your playbook that just shouts like, hey, I'm going to take a stand. Your comeback, it's starting. Like, what is your advice to that guy?
Be intentional with everything, especially your time. If you're scrolling on Instagram or looking at things you shouldn't be looking at, or spending your time playing video games or stuck in a cycle, you're wasting valuable, precious commodity that you will not get back.
Yeah.
When my son was 1 year old, we took the TV out of the living room and we put up oil paintings in our house.
Okay.
We took media out of our lives as much as we could. I mean, it's the day and age we live in. I mean, I'm on my phone and computer.
It's hard to escape.
It's hard to escape. But limiting the big black square in the living room has helped us a ton because it doesn't give us a pacifier. It encourages creation. It encourages art. It encourages time with God.
Yeah.
I get up in the morning and I get my coffee and my kids have breakfast, and this morning I left my Bible at church yesterday. My son spilled his water all over everywhere, and I left my Bible and my wife's Bible, and we were both so sad because we left our Bibles at church.
Yeah. I need it.
And so this morning, I had an old Bible there was a church that was about to be torn down like the next day. And my wife and I like to go and like look at buildings that are dilapidated and things. It's just kind of something we've always done. I like to take pictures and stuff. And this is East Nashville Church. There was a Bible sitting underneath a pew, so I just grabbed it. It's like, even if it's just something I give to somebody like on the street or somebody needs it, I'm just going to have it. So I found that Bible upstairs in a box, and I went through this old illustrations of the Bible book that's been in my family. It was published in 1888. And it has these hand-drawn illustrations of the pivotal moments in the Bible. And my wife and I had such a beautiful time. Spend your time wisely on things that have value. Mm-hmm. Our world tells us to pacify with everything but you don't really get the opportunity to understand your real capability if you're always being pacified.